This television series is about creative visions and respect for humanity. To explain this a little more, it's about creativity, the arts, all the things around us that are part of our lives, but respecting those things. And it's also about humanity, civil rights, human rights. If we can show respect for people, for creativity, for everything around us, then the whole world will be a better place.
Hello, my name is Bill Legg, and for 19 years it's been my pleasure and honor to be the Executive Director of this wonderful facility, the State of Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. What a great tradition of sports we have in Alabama. This is a magnificent structure. We have 3 floors, full atrium with a skylight. We have 33,300 square feet of outstanding memorabilia. Thousands and thousands of pieces that have great value both commercially and intrinsically. Alabama has one of the greatest sports heritage of any state in the Union. There's no doubt about that. Particularly on a per capita basis, I don't think anyone in the state can compete with us on our sports history. We have such wonderful athletes that have come through Alabama that either have been born here in Alabama or one that has done their thing here in Alabama, which are the 2 criteria that we use for induction into this Hall of Fame. 50 greatest athletes of the last century, 5 out of the top 15 you'll find in this Hall of Fame. No other state can brag about that point.
Students have the opportunity to learn about so many positive role models here in the museum. I mean, they learn about athletes who've overcome incredible challenges and obstacles, like Jesse Owens, who lived in a 1-room house with 10 brothers and sisters, and our incredible Charlie Boswell, who was a fabulous athlete in high school and college, who lost his eyesight in the war, and then went on to become the greatest blind golfer ever. When we go out into the museum to do our trivia hunt, students have the opportunity to utilize these interactive computer kiosks, and they can look up athletes by sport, they can look up athletes by last name, they can look by the year inducted, and then there's also a sports trivia game that they can play where they get answers right, and when they do, they get a little prize.
$700 now wait, I'm at 800. $700 now wait. 600, 500 now 600. $500 minute of 6, I'm minute of 6, I'm minute of 600. $500 now 6, are you done? 500 now 6. 600 now $700 minute of 700, that's more like it. 700 now wait. $700 now half. Sold it. $750.
Now when Miss Molly smiles, the world is in a spell. And when she laughs, her voice is like a little silver bell. Oh me, oh my Miss Molly, won't you say you love me too?
I have never seen so much pride in my life. Of all the things that I get to do every year, this is the one I want to do. Because if there's ever been anything that typifies America, it's what you heard tonight. And ladies and gentlemen that are being inducted tonight, thank you for being the representatives that you are, the rest of the country.
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your class of 2004.
Okay, my name is Al Head. I'm here today with Rich Giroux, who's the producer of Artvisions, and he has asked us to talk a little bit about the Alabama State Council on the Arts and the arts in Alabama, which I'm always glad to do. A little bit of background here. The council was started in 1966 as an executive order by Governor Wallace at the time, and they say that the best way to support an artist is to buy his or her work. Well, we try to stimulate that marketplace in a variety of ways and help artists sell their work, whether that's a painting or whether that's a piece of choreography and dance, whether that's a theater production, whether that's a book. Helping in the marketplace with artists and helping them sell their work is something that we really want to do. It's a shame when a very talented professional artist in Alabama has to go to New York to make a living. If they can't make a living here in the state, then something is wrong. So that's part of what we do. We know what we like and we like what we know, and if we can know the arts better and know the artist better, then we're going to be that much more likely to go out to a theater performance or a symphony performance or go to an exhibit opening or go to a book reading or something like that. So I hope Rich Giroux and others can help people in Alabama be aware of what's here, be proud of what's here, with programs like this, introduce people to the arts and cultural resources of Alabama in ways that otherwise you might not be able to appreciate and to see. So the council is supportive of these kind of activities, and we're hoping that we can have more of these things around the state that air on a regular basis, that using this vehicle and using this arm to spotlight and showcase the arts is something we support and something we really hope to see more of in the months and years to come.
This television series is the first TV series in Alabama for the arts, for creative visions of all artists and the arts organizations in the state of Alabama. Creative visions and the respect for humanity.
I'm the Director of Education here, and what I'm doing today is talking a little bit about music and about the museum here, which is the first of its kind in the world because it honors musicians from Alabama, musicians from Birmingham, Alabama, musicians from all parts of Alabama, and what they had to do with this great music like jazz, you see. This great music is jazz. Great music is jazz. And of course, it all started back out of some years, hundreds of years ago, with simple songs. Of course, that's really a religious song, just a closer walk with thee. But some of the older musicians started needing a little pep into it, so they would play it. Things like that, and we try to get that concept over because at the Alabama Jazz Hall of Fame, we do teaching, lots of teaching. Teaching to young people, tell them about their past and what to look for in the future. And we've gotten to Charlie Parker and beyond. We've gotten to the avant-garde players, and we always honor those in the past who gave us this music. And of course, you have to understand that jazz music is an original composition. Compositions are its original music created here in America, in our own country. And it's a part of our cultural fabric. It's a part of the way not just one group of Americans feel, but it's a group of everyone. I guess you could compare it to a gumbo that has a lot of ingredients in it, all put together to form this wonderful music that we call jazz. And one of the things that's different about this music is changing. Every day it's a different kind of thing. It's changing. Full of dissonance, full of rhythms, always changing. Taking something from Spanish rhythms, taking something from African beats, taking something from all types of things, and it comes out in this big hodgepodge and glorious music we call jazz. And what happens is the Alabama Jazz Hall of Fame recognizes that and honors that. We have a tradition here that we want to pass this legacy, this music on to young people. And we have classes in our educational program that does just that. If a child or adult is interested in playing this music, the door is open. We've been able to, so far, to furnish this service free of charge to students. All we ask for is their attention, and they study. There's always been something between musicians. the music seems to connect us all and join us in a feeling and a being of unity. The artist, the person who loves music and it gets in his heart and his soul, it's very difficult to find that person discriminating against anyone. We are all so much alike. We are all brothers, and this music is the thing that really sets us apart from a lot of persons that are not so blessed to have music in their lives.
Well, Louis Armstrong is, we refer to him as the ambassador to jazz. Somebody who, a lot of people give him his credit as to being the creator of jazz. When in reality, jazz was created in New Orleans by the people, the very people that came from all over the world and brought their music there. And what Louis Armstrong served as was the person who brought it up the Mississippi to Chicago and then spread it throughout the world.
Someday you'll be sorry. The way you treated me was wrong. I was the one who gave you all you know. Your friends had you to make me sing another song. Well, everybody tried to persuade me not to go on because my lip was in such bad shape. But the hall was filled with people all waiting to see us. I was determined to go on. Man, towards the end of the set, my lip was killing me. Everybody on stage and in the audience could sense my despair, but I kept on blowing. From the corner of my eye, I saw Johnny B. Green bust into tears and run off the stage, but I kept on blowing. After a while, the girls in the band started to cry. The boys in the band, they saw that, they started crying too. I didn't think I could make it. Do all that crying, all that blowing, all that woohooing, and a whole bunch of praying. I hit that last final F down on my knees. No matter where I go, all over the world, young folks come up to me and they say, "Hey, Pops, what do you mean, what a wonderful world? What about all them wars all over the place? That ain't so wonderful." It seems to me that it ain't the world that's so bad, but what we doing to it. And if we would learn to love each other, look out for each other, and care for each other, oh man, then we'd see what a wonderful world this could really be. Love. Oh, love. That's the secret. I see trees of green, red roses too. Now, I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, the colors of the rainbow. So pretty in the sky. They're also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands. They be saying, "Oh man, how do you do?" Now, they're really saying, "I love you." I hear babies crying. And I watch them grow. And they'll learn much more than old Satchmo will ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I
myself. What a wonderful world.
The man who's the sum total of every pianist you probably ever heard in your life, all summed up into one. One of the most underrated and one of the greatest jazz pianists in the world. Please welcome warmly Mr. Johnny O'Neill.
That may not look like a picture in a storybook, but if she could cook rings and neck bones, she was looking to her teeth. She doesn't have to wave her hair, nor dress in fancy clothes. I would not even care if she don't wear nylon hose. I want a fine girl to call my own. There must be someone who's all alone, yeah. Just a fine girl to fall in love with me. The basic man used to play like this.
I hope you thoroughly enjoyed today's program and that it does have a positive impact on your life. If we can find a way to make the whole world a better place,